Alright, so here we are again with the Crocodile Hunter, this time in DragonOS FocalX. There's just a couple differences that I wanted to point out, and I wanted to show its use with the AntSDR E200, which I have plugged in via an Ethernet cable to the laptop here. It is, well, the laptop has a static IP set on it so that I could reach the AntSDR at, let's see, 1.10. So that is working with DragonOS. And if you're not familiar with Crocodile Hunter, I have the page pulled up here. It was released some years ago, where it was meant to find like stingrays and fake base stations using the back end of srsLTE. To really make it work, you have to have a OpenCellid API and a Wigle, I hope I'm saying that right, Wi-Fi API, which I've signed up. I have accounts with both. It's just a limited API key, so there's only so many queries that I think are going to be allowed. So we'll just get this going as quick as we can and try it out and show that this still works. Now you could set up things manually with the earfcns you could find in your area, and if you look in the, let's just go into user source, Crocodile Hunter source. You'll see by default there is a, let me think, a config.ini.example. Now I have ran this once and it creates just a config.ini, and I have filled in the name key here as well. GPSD is going to be used, so I have a USB GPS plugged into DragonOS. And let me see, you could change the MCCs and MNCs if you needed to. Let's see. Yeah, and then GPS default, I've just left it 0, space 0, so it should use GPSD. But if you wanted to pull in the known FCC IDs with a Python script that's in this directory, I'll show you. You would need to, I'm pretty certain, put the static GPS location in. I'm not going to do that. That file is right here. I'm not going to do that in this video because I have my GPS working, and so let me think. So I've already got a config.ini, and here is what else that you need to do that is different in DragonOS Focal than in previous builds. So let's just jump to root, if I can get my password right. And we are going to source the venv that I've put in there, bin activate, and that creates a Python virtual environment using Python 3.8, which this seems to work well with. And let me think, anything else that we need? I'm going to run, oh yeah, that's another thing. So these two settings here, I went ahead and set because the AntSDR mentions those. You can see the RMEM and WMEM, and when I've set the max there. And then I'm going to open up a CGPS window so that I can get a GPS fix. And yep, I got a fix. It's fine. And I'm just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm not too worried about the location. And let's see, so we're going to now run Crocodile Hunter. Just going to look at my options here. I'm going to create a new project name. YouTube is fine. I'll do debug so we can see what's going on. I'm going to leave the GPS enabled as well as the API access. And once this starts up and gets going, you'll be able to access a web page on localhost or 0000 5000. Yeah, I think I'm covering everything. And so what this is, okay, so I guess I should explain. When you run Crocodile Hunter, it's going to use your GPS location to pull the API information to get the earfcns that are, supposedly in the area. So then you can do the surveys on those. And then also you'll see when it's running, it's going to compare your results against like the OpenCellid database, a couple other, well, yeah. And then that is, I'm pretty sure how it kind of determines if something is suspicious or not. Also, you could pull in the known FCC tower, so that'll help you. And so we're going to go mobile this time. So run Crocodile Hunter. Now let's pay attention here. I've got internet access. We need to wait a second here. It connected. It got all these the list there you saw, and it's already starting to, let me scroll back up. You saw right there, it filled that out in the config file, and it's using the AntSDR and it's trying to decode. It found a cell ID, and so I'm going to let this run. We'll see. Let's see. No tower information yet, so we'll see how this is going to work this time. Hopefully there's a little, little more towers around this area. There we go. We got a new tower, and let's see, conducting a cell search. You can see that also looks into OpenCellid ID. And then I'm not too worried about, let me think. So, yeah. Again, these are all trial keys, so adding a new tower. Okay, and let me refresh here and see what we got. Got the information on the eNodeB. Okay, we'll see if we can get another tower on here. But really just wanted to show that this does still work. You'd have to put a little effort into it to, make sure that you have everything set up. Probably would benefit from a pretty good antenna. Okay, I was going to say, I think I actually see another tower. And going kind of quick here, so be a lot of stuff. See if we can get anything else decoded here. Okay, we got another one. Let's see what we're looking at now. Okay. Alright, well, I think we get the idea here and how this can work here. And yeah, so hopefully this helps.